I'm James and welcome to another exciting video where I'm going to be giving you some tips on indoor plant care. So remember, if you want to see some more content from me, remember to hit that subscribe button and bash that bell notification so you don't miss a thing. In the spirit of Trailing Thursdays, today's video is going to be about the ever so popular, bang, the pothos. I'm going to be talking about why Australia is so darn confused about the types of pothos varieties out there. It says Epipremnum aureum snow queen pothos premium. It's a mouthful, bloody heck. Meanwhile, watch my furniture levitate in a hot minute. Super quick shout out to my friend Jessie who actually gifted me this amazing plant. She's an amazing YouTuber who drops regular content. I'll leave some timestamps in the description box if you want to skip. But if you want to sit through the great debate on why Australia is so confused about the types of pothos varieties out there, stay tuned because it's going to be a bumpy ride ahead. Simply put, Epipremnum aureum is the botanical name, whereas the pothos is the more common name that we use for the houseplant world. The Epipremnum aureum originated in French Polynesia, probably somewhere I'd rather be right now due to COVID actually locking us down here for so long. Fun fact, it's actually declared invasive to some states in the US, such as Florida and Hawaii, and it has swallowed forests in Sri Lanka. Wow. There's a really long and interesting story that I read online about the whole history about the naming conventions, and if you do want to see that, I'll leave a link in the description box because I know everyone doesn't want a history lesson right now. Now here's a really amazing illustration that I had special permission to use of Arene Illustrations, which shows you at a high level what the types of Epipremnum are. Basically, this shows you the Scindapsus and Epipremnum varieties, but for the purpose of this video, I'm going to remove the Scindapsuses out of the next image, just so we can zoom in on the types of pothos that are out there in the market. The obvious caveats are that this is not an extensive list, but rather just a quick snapshot. There are so many varieties out there that could make it really confusing. Now I'm going to explain to you the differences in some of the common varieties. So just a disclaimer, I'm going to explain to you the types of pothos in an Australian context, because in the rest of the world, it will be different. Namely, the one that you see right here is labelled a snow queen, but say in the US, it'll be labelled an enjoy. The snow queen, or the enjoy, which is the one that I personally have, is distinguished by green and white leaves. They do look a little bit blotchy, and I'll give you a quick close-up on the camera. But essentially, a pearls and jade looks like an enjoy, but sprinkle some speckles on the top. Arguably, people will tell you that the snow queen is the same as a pearls and jade, rather that the pearls and jade is rather a mutation from the snow queen. But let me know what you think in the comments below. The Manjula could be a combination of the two. The main characteristics are they're quite oval and round, whereas the marble queen, the one that I have to my right here, is green with creamy white variegation. After crawling the interwebs, I'm led to believe that people in the US are calling a marble queen a snow queen that is predominantly white in colour. I mean, I have a few leaves that could pass off as what they consider a snow queen in the US on my marble queen that you see here, so I think this could be true. Again, let me know what your thoughts are on the topic. The other types that you'll see in your stores include the neon, which is neon or green or yellow for obvious reasons, jade, which is green, and finally the golden pothos, which is green and yellow. One more tip is remember that sometimes these nurseries or big hardware stores combine some of these species together. So that'll probably confuse you even further. But don't worry, hopefully I've explained that well enough for you to understand and identify them next time you see them at your nurseries or your hardware stores. Is it a snow queen? Is it a marble queen? No, it's an enjoy. What better way to start off Trailing Thursday with the great debate on what the hell have I just bought from the hardware store? The funny part is I didn't even know I was confused until I started browsing the different types of pothos varieties out there, and that there was such a massive range. So what is causing this confusion? First, we have different naming conventions in Australia as opposed to the rest of the world. Then throw in the fact that the patterns on your pothos can morph into different ones and vary over time. And second, the plant you'll purchase will sometimes be a combination of the two. So I conducted a quick social media experiment yesterday where I put up a poll asking people to identify the plant, whether it was snow queen or an enjoy. As you can see from the results here, we've got 53% thinking it was a snow queen and 47% thinking it was an enjoy. So that's about 50-50 if you kind of average those out, right? So I just want to show you another social media experiment that I conducted on Sippers, which is the Crazy Indoor Plant People of Australia, which has 149,000 members. If you go to the search bar and type in snow queen, you'll see that there is a lot of confusion here. I'll just quickly highlight a post that, for example, that I've seen before, in particular around, is this a snow queen up top with a marble queen below? Apologies for the terrible quality image. I saved this direct from the post, but from a US context, I believe they'd call this a pearls and jade due to the speckling of the leaves. However, some in Australia would still deem it a snow queen and rather a mutation from it. Regardless, I would love to hear your thoughts. So here are some videos and photos I took on one of my plant expeditions to Bunnings Australia about a year ago. Back then, we had a decent amount of stock of a variety of pothos for a reasonable price of $12, and I was there trying to decide between the marble queen or the snow queen that day. These were my final selections and I ended up taking 2 of the snow queens home. Here you can see me panning this beautiful specimen. My favourite part was this singular white leaf that surrounded the green strip in the middle. Sadly, that leaf died maybe a week later. Oh well. Here's the kicker. You can clearly see the information here says Epipremnum snow queen, also known as Frosty. Frosty? Now I'm getting even more confused. Anyway, I've also heard other pothos names online such as the Marble Prince money plant in India and the Glacier pothos in the USA. I think I'm now more officially confused after making this video. When I was doing some more research, I stumbled upon this website called Garden Tags, which essentially identifies some of the types of plants. They've labelled it as an Epipremnum aureum snow queen, and then I took the liberty of emailing them just to clarify. I'll keep you posted on what they reply with. So now I'm even more confused, but regardless, I'm enjoying it anyway. Ha 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 ha. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'd really love to hear a few of your stories in the comment section below on whether you encountered sort of the same experience. I mean, does this happen in other countries? Is it just Australia or is it in general everywhere? Have I got it completely wrong? Because I do really want to hear your thoughts about the topic. Or maybe you just don't care. They're beautiful regardless. As soon as I hear back from Garden Tags, I'll update the description box with what they replied to me. Until then, remember, if you liked today's video, I'd really appreciate it if you could subscribe and switch on updates through the bell notification so you don't miss a thing. Until then, stay safe, stay COVID free, and I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.